Right on. I see myself on the screen, and that is always a good sign. All right, we are about to get started with your final run here of the RPG Blitz. This is going to be Neutopia II for the TurboGrafx 16. And I'm going to be running the 100% category. I'll talk a little bit more about what that entails and why I am doing that when I get started here. And so I think I will go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so right on. Okay, so I am going to get started in 3, 2, 1, now. All right. Skip naming the character because we don't need that. So this here is Jazeta. He is the protagonist of the first Neutopia, and we get a little cutscene here where he dies to this Kraken. And now we get to see a cutscene here where this blonde lady is just randomly sleeping, wakes up from a dream, and there's this kid holding a shield just staring at her. Okay, we're just gonna roll with this. So what's going on here is that the gentleman that you see here is actually Jazeta's son. We refer to him affectionately as Jazz Jr. And the lady here is the one who actually saw that vision that you saw in the cutscene before where Jazeta was destroyed by the Kraken. Nobody's heard from him for a year, so we need to send the boy out to go out and find his dad. But first we got to talk to this guy. What he says here is actually pretty funny. He talks about how, hey, I'm still here from the first game. Isn't that great? Like, kind of peeling the fourth wall back, which is good. So we pick up some bombs here, which are going to be very important, as well as a potion, which is not going to be important until the very end of the game. All right, so now we set out on our quest. The very first thing we need to accomplish, and this is rather important, we need to collect 300 gold, because we are going to be using it, hello. Oh, ooh, there's 50. We're going to be using it to buy a weapon called the boomerang, which is extremely effective in many situations. So, shoot. So, using it here for what we're doing is pretty much required for the speed run if you want a decent time. Now, in order to get this money, we need to kill enemies and have them drop things, which means that the reliance on RNG in this run is enormous. Fortunately, all enemies have specific drop tables where they will drop either a common, an uncommon, or a rare item. Knowing these drop tables is very important for the run. Like these pig soldiers, they can drop money, but they can also drop bombs, and bombs are going to be used all throughout the run, and we will be using many of them. All that's in these slimes drop tables is money, so we definitely want to make sure we kill them. That's a 50 spot there. We like that. Okay. All right, so no bombs going into the first crypt, which is unfortunate, but whatever. There's a crypt there, but before we do that, we're going to slide up and around, push this rock, and come on in here. So this dude is going to increase my life segment by 1, which is nice. But I'm also doing this because this is part of the 100% category. So in order to satisfy that, we need to get all of the sword, shield, and armor upgrades, all of the life and bomb upgrades, as well as all of the permanent items. Yes, this is indeed a game for the TurboGrafx 16. However, you see I'm using the Japanese version, so technically it's a PC Engine game, yes. All right, so we're picking up the Bombs of Shame here. This costs about 7 or 8 seconds. But because I didn't get a bomb drop on the way in, you have to do it, because I need quite a few bombs for this part. Now I'm going to demonstrate something here. Damage boosting. Damage boosting is comical in this game. You get sent back really far when you get hit. But the nice thing is that you will always get sent in the opposite direction of what you're facing. So we're going to use this to our advantage in several spots. You saw me do it there, where we're going to be able to kind of move through things quickly and save some time. Ooh, there's 50 bucks. I want to see bombs here. I did not see bombs. Okay, that's unfortunate. That means we're going to have to do this crypt a little slower than we normally would. So there's our first armor upgrade, which is actually really convenient because this the boss of this crypt that we're going to fight here is one that can just do a bunch of damage to you that is very difficult to avoid. See that damage boost there to kind of just get sent across the room? Nice and quick. Alrighty, so normally I would use bombs to kill these guys. However, the lack of bombs for what I want to do in this crypt is going to make that not a very good idea, especially for a marathon run. If I was doing a PB, world record attempt or whatnot, I would just use the 2 bombs there to get through that room a lot quicker and just hope that I get more later on in the crypt. But I don't want to be that reliant on RNG in a marathon run. So alrighty, now these kind of flame slimes here, they can drop bombs, and that's definitely something I want to see. And I didn't. Okay, shoot. So this is going to be even slower now. Okay. So that blue crystal, that's probably the second time that's been dropped. Those instantly destroy everything in the room. Ah, now that object right there is the wings. I'm really glad to see those already, because I'm going to be using, we're going to be using a few sets of wings throughout this run. I don't need it until the end of the next crypt, but the fact that I already have them is pretty reassuring, especially for a marathon run. Normally I would use bombs on these zombies here too, but I need at least 2 for the next crypt, so we won't be using it. All right, so here's our first fight. This is the Mecha Worm. Every single boss talks some mess to you when you first walk into the room too. It's pretty funny. See, this is what I'm talking about. He can just appear out of, where he appears out of the ground, and the angle and direction that he moves are completely random. So he can just pop up like right underneath you. And you just literally can't avoid the damage. You just can't see him coming. All right, there we go. That was actually a pretty good fight. And it puts me right near the door. That is perfect. Okay. Alrighty, so first crypt done. Our reward for this is the Chalice of Agony. We're going to be using this in a couple of particular spots for progression. All right, so I have 210 gold. I only need 90 more. This should be doable. Oh, well, there's 50 of the 90 I needed. That's brilliant. Give me bombs. Come on. Ah, darn it. All right. Let's see if the slimes want to hook me up. So they can drop either 10, 50, or 100 gold. I am good with 50 or 100, and I got 0. And, okay. That's not what I want to see. Now, I noticed there are some people in chat that are pointing out some of the similarities with this game to the Legend of... Oh, there's some bombs. To the Legend of Zelda, but I would like to kind of correct your grammar a little bit. And what you are seeing here are not actually... there we go. Money set. Beautiful. So what you're not seeing are... you're not seeing... similarities to Zelda. What you see in Zelda games are similarities to Neutopia. Because fun fact, if you're not aware, Zelda was actually inspired by Neutopia. All right, we're going to go ahead and equip this Chalice of Agony here. Go into this cave. We talk to this dude here in the green hat. He says, cool, you got the Chalice of Agony. Go use it. And so we do. And out of it pours a bunch of agony, I guess. And it freezes the lava, which allows us to walk across to the next section of the game. Totally ripped it off. Exactly. So y'all know what's up. Ah, yes. All right, so here we go into our first actual proper town. Indeed. The inspiration is everywhere. All right, so we're going to make 2 stops here. The first is into this shop. to talk to this jolly shirtless fat man who's going to sell us a boomerang. Now, I cannot overstate just what a vicious assault weapon this boomerang is. And you'll see it in action. So these purple robe guys, we're going to see these a few throughout the run. He gives me, quote-unquote, a password. What he really does is two things. First of all, he refills my life anytime you talk to him, which is nice. But the other thing that he does is he kind of sets that as like a as like a checkpoint. Now, when I use those wings that you saw me get so excited about getting, I will be teleported back to the last purple robe dude that I talked to. And there are several throughout the game. They're mostly in towns, but you can also find them out in the wild as well. And they are, they're very useful. All right. So for those of you that are fans of the first Neutopia or familiar with the first Neutopia, you are going to see a familiar item here. This is the fire wand. Now, in the first game, especially in the speedrun, the fire wand gets used licentiously throughout the run to destroy everything in our path. Hello? Boost? Thank you. Okay. Unfortunately, in this game, it is not nearly as effective. But we will still use it in some instances anyway. Ah, that's not cool. All right. So, one thing to note about the boomerang is that, I mean, I will assume you're all familiar with the mechanics of a boomerang. You throw it, it goes out, and then it comes back to you. One thing that I always like to say about the... Oh, thank you. More bombs. Hello. One thing I always like to say about this weapon is an old adage that goes, with great power comes great responsibility. And that responsibility, in this case, is making sure that you are in the path of your boomerang on its return flight, because if you are not, it will sail right by you and you will lose it permanently until you buy another one. And that's really unfortunate. What this dude did is he actually increased my bomb capacity, which is really nice. I meant to boost off the one on the right, but I forgot. I was too busy yakking. The bomb capacity upgrade is extremely good because we are going to use a whole mess of bombs throughout this entire run. So the more I can hold, the better off I'm going to be. All right, so into the second crypt we go. Yes, licentiously. All right. Ah, skeleton dude, why you gotta get in my way like that? I don't need to kill these guys, but sometimes they just get in your way. All right, so what this dude is saying is, hey, you see those dark brown blocks? Yeah, they're bad news. Stay away from them. And you'll see why, because when you get close to them, those swords pop out of them. We're going to see several of these blocks throughout the run, some of them in very inopportune places, some of them even disguised. And they're just bad. They're just really bad. This is indeed the last run of the marathon, but it is a good one, so stick around, folks. Yes. If you are not a subscriber to RPG Limit Break's YouTube channel, wait until this run is over, and then go subscribe. Priorities, folks. Please drop a bomb? No. Okay. Worth a shot. Oh, so I didn't explain this in the first one. So each crypt has a singular key that is unique to that crypt that is required to open the door to where the boss resides. So we'll be picking up a key in every single one. Oh, come back here. All right. Unfortunately, my fire wand does not damage these enemies, so... And throwing the boomerang in this case is just not a risk you feel like taking. So we kind of have to wait for them to come around and we do some stabby. We gotta circle around here, push this block. So, shoot, got a little too close to that one. And you can see... Actually kind of shoves me back. All right. Very good. We do... Ah. So that item there, which I will definitely get, is a ring. What that does is, again, if you're familiar with the first Neutopia, very similar. In rooms where you have larger enemies, it will... Oh, shoot. I did not mean to throw that down. I'm glad I didn't move from there. Ooh, bombs. Thank you. Please die. Thank you. What are you doing all the way in the corner? So you notice when I throw the boomerang, like, I don't move. And it's because I'm terrified to lose it. The boomerang does massive damage to the boss, or bosses, I guess is a better way of putting it, of this particular crypt here. All right, so with that, we have our first set of upgrades: shield, sword, and armor. There's 2 more sets of upgrades that we will get throughout the run. Oh, whoops, I was not looking at what I was doing. Oh my god, I did not mean to I just lost the boomerang. I thought I had the fire wand on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. All right, well, that's fine. We will just do this a different way then. Oh my goodness. That was really... I thought I had the fire wand on. Okay, that's fine. Normally I like to kill these guys with the fire wand. Or with the... I'm sorry. With the boomerang. Oh well. Okay, more bombs. I'll take that though. Oh, man, that was really goofy. I don't know if I've ever done that, where I've thrown the boomerang and then left the room. F for the boomerang in chat, please. Yes. All right. Okay. This is not good. Okay, that's better. All right. So I don't want to be underneath these moths, because as you can see, they can only shoot down. And if I'm to their side or even above them, then they can't do damage to me, which is great. And I can only damage them when they land. And you see their butts glow blue. Okay, that's one down. Wow, I did that without the boomerang, without taking damage. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. So... All right, so now we have the Manipula herb. So now we're going to use the wings, save about like 1.5 minutes worth of walking here. Alrighty. Unfortunately, I only have 70 gold, so I can't buy another boomerang right now. I will have other other opportunities, though. So we venture on without it, which, you know, just the way it goes. All right, so now that we have the herb, the guard here's like, cool, you have the herb. Go on and talk to the princess, who, as you can see from the purple forehead, is not feeling well. But we give her the herb, and she's like, yo, thanks for the herb. And she perks right up. And what she tells us is, hey, I think I might know what happened to your dad. Come with me, I got something to show you. She's like, I think this statue here might have something to do with it. I happen to notice you got that chalice of agony. Why don't you put it in the statue's hands, and let's just see what happens. And what happens is a ray of light comes out that reveals a staircase, and we walk in it. All right, we're just gonna walk through this town for now. We don't really have anything to do in there yet. Ah, yes. Yes, indeed. The herb here was a magical, strictly medicinal one. Alrighty, so we got a little walking to do here. Exactly, Leonard. Yes, the evil treants. These don't spit fire though, which is nice. All right. So we are now about to enter a place that I like to refer to as Dope Beat Cave. Why it is named that should be self-explanatory. I actually want to see money here because oh, well, I get bombs instead. All right. Because I'm going to want to buy a boomerang when I get my next chance. I won't have it for this boss, which is really, really not going to be cool. But, oh well. That's the way it goes sometimes. God, no. Other than that bomb drop, I got nothing. You know what? I'm going to get greedy here. I'm just going to kill these guys. Normally, I just walk right by them, but please, one of you. Ah, there's $100. I'll take that. All right. That at least gets me part of the way there. Oh, man, I still can't believe I lost the boomerang. That's all right. The boomerang is not required, but it does save a lot of time. We are full on bombs. That's a beautiful sight. I'll say this. Honestly, if the RNG powers that be would have come to me and said, okay, here's the deal. You're going to have awesome bomb drops and bomb luck throughout this run, but it means that you have to cough up the boomerang in Crypt 2. Are you doing it? I'm probably saying yes. What happened with the boomerang was I forgot that I had it equipped. I thought I had the fire wand equipped, and I threw it in a room and then walked out of the room, and of course it didn't come back to me, so it is now out of my inventory. 100% user error. I cannot blame RNG or my controller or anything like that. I just did a doofus. Which happens. I'm a human being. Like, come on. All right. Doing a little bit of farming here. I'm not going to go too crazy because these fire bats do drop wings. I will need one after the next crypt. So. The boomerang is lost for now. I will have an opportunity to buy another one. But I need the money to do that. I don't have that yet, but that's fine. I should get there. Drop a bomb here. Walk in and around the spiral. This is now our second shield upgrade. Oh my god, really? Alrighty. I'd actually like to make sure that I don't lose too much more life. Oh good, I'll take that money though. Because I'm going to need it for this boss if I am going to be doing this with the fire wand. Oh my god. This boss fight could take quite a bit of time without the boomerang, I just realized. Okay. That's all right. We press on. Well, it did come back. I just wasn't there to catch it. That was the problem. Indeed it was, high spirits, as the prophecy has foretold. Oh, shoot. Ah, darn it. That's not what I wanted to see. Okay. Well, all right, what I do want to see here is a bomb drop. I need 7 for the next crypt. Oh, dang it. Oh, nice. Okay, but this gives me some to work with. Perfect. Okay. Oh, no. And my heart situation is not good. So, this boss fight, well, get comfy, folks. This boss fight is going to take a while. I mean, the boss fight takes a while anyway, because this the RNG in this fight is awful. All right, so this is Weird Toad. So here's how Weird Toad works. It's going to jump and it's going to do one of 3 attacks. It's got that tongue lash. It's got these little tongue spores. But what we want to see is what I like to call the golden brain, where you're going to see the you're going to see on the forehead of the frog, or the toad, excuse me. Oh my goodness. You're going to see it light up like that. And that is the only time at which you can do damage to it. Okay, good. It's done. All those fireballs floating around the room were making me rather nervous. That actually went a lot faster than I thought it would. And here's why. Because which one of those 3 attacks you get every time it lands is completely random. And so that boss can be killed in 3 cycles. I've had it take over 30 cycles. I got a bunch of golden brains that I really needed. So the game hooked me up with some very nice RNG there. So far the RNG in this run has been really good. No, it wasn't long at all. That was much quicker than I expected. Okay, please give me the money I need. Okay, there's half of it. I just need one more money drop. Bombs, nice. Ah, yes. Okay, good. So we have 300 gold. Excellent. There is a place to buy a boomerang on the way to the next crypt, and I think I remember where it is. It is so rare that I need to use it that I didn't even think to do that. Why did you just fly up through the air? Because every time you collect an item at the end of a crypt, you get warped to the beginning, and that's how it works. The same thing happens when you use the wings. Jazz Jr. is magical like that. All right. Speaking of magical, you saw me use that little kind of rainbow bridge there. That's going to be very important throughout the run. What's also very important is this item that I am about to get. These are the Falcon shoes. These are going to make me walk much, much faster. Which is welcome. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and that, Kakashin, thank you very much for mentioning that. Yeah. This game, and the first one, to be fair, are just absolutely littered with bangers. There's so much good music in this game. So, yeah, enjoy. All right. So, slight little detour here. No, they're not wing boots, because they don't make you fly. They just make you move faster. You would think something called the Falcon shoes would make you fly, but alas, they do not. So this is the wind staff. I might use this in one particular application, but other than that, no. Wait for a second there so we can walk right by and not up in my way. Make another pit stop right here. slide this grandfather clock to the side, and we are going to pick up, this is called the Moonbeam Moss. Now, this is another item that returns from the first one. What it does is it can be used in dungeons to light up rooms that are dark. It has infinite charges, and yeah, it's just generally a helpful item. However, there are so few dark rooms in this game, at least the ones that you deal with in the run, and the ones that you do deal with are pretty easy to get through. So, that's an item we're just never going to use. Okay, oh, darn it. I think it might be on this next screen here, not this one. Yeah, I think this is it. Yes. Okay, good. Alrighty. Everybody calm down, folks. We're good. We have another boomerang. We are set. Hallelujah. Listen, they are their own boots with their own identity. Alrighty, so here we get another bomb capacity upgrade. This one is actually rather welcome, and I'll explain why once we get to the section where it's important. Please get out of my way, thank you. Alright, so we are going to be sliding around on some ice for a little bit until we come in here and we talk to this gentleman. And he is going to give us the snow boots. Now, what we do is we put these snow boots on over our Falcon shoes because, as you can see, ice physics no longer apply and we're still moving fast. So, Jazz Jr. can wear 2 pairs of footwear at the same time. What a guy. Don't lose this one too. I tell you what, I will do my best. I will pay extra special, careful, sure attention to what item I currently have equipped, especially if I'm going to use it right before I walk through a door. All right. Into Crypt 4 we go. This one is going to require the use of several bombs. I believe it's 7 in total. See, like this dark room here, whatever. I just walk up over here to the right and I bomb the wall. I don't need to light that up. Not a big deal. Yes, please all theorize how it is that our hero here is using 2 pairs of footwear at the same time. All right, this is a very welcome sword upgrade. The increase in damage output from what we had to this is pretty noticeable, so we like it. There we go. Okay. Get out of my way, please. There we go. Okay, 1 on each. Wearing them on the hands. They're like booties. Whoops. Oh, no, I already bombed up. We're good. Now I want my boomerang. All right. Yeah, the boomerang is essentially required for the boss of this crypt. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's absolutely a drop I wanted to see. Because if you don't have wings coming out of here, you have to walk all the way back to where you were, and that's at least 1.5 minutes lost. Oh, no, don't disappear. Oh, come on. All right. Had to wait for him to reappear to kill him to get through there. All right, wait for the dagger block there. Hopping around here. Don't touch me, please. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the item that I picked up, that I got from the treasure chest there most recently is called the flail. The flail is an interesting item. First of all, its damage output is very low. However, there's one particular set of enemies on which it is very effective, and we will be using it exclusively for that set of enemies, and that's it. I was hoping for a bomb drop there, but oops, no, not that. Okay. All right, so this is Roboid. Now, Roboid is a unique boss in this game. Hello, what are you walking for? In that he can be completely manipulated. So what you want to do is you want to kind of... Oh my god, where are you going? You want to kind of stand at his shoulder length there, or at his shoulder height there, and bait out these punches. And then once he hits the ground like that, you place the boomerang strategically in his body as it's moving. And it does a bunch of damage. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, that was actually just... That was poor positioning on my part. I should have been up a little more. So, yeah. So, essentially, when you stand in that particular spot, instead of him like moving into a corner or, you know, shooting out those little ice beams into a way that could be potentially hazardous, we instead just bait out those punches to kill the time, and then once he's vulnerable for damage, then we do that damage to him. Alrighty, so quick underwater section here because we got the aqua lung as the reward from that last crypt. Now we go into Crypt 5. Now, we were talking about music before. You might notice that the music for this crypt is different from the first, 4 that we've done? And you might also notice, if you are a fan of the first game, and why wouldn't you be, that this actually sounds very similar to the crypt music from the first game. Interesting. Very interesting. But in the meantime, we've got to deal with these little water globule enemies, which are rather annoying. Yes, I know. Shoutouts to Jethro Tull. His writing of that song was inspired by Neutopia. Hello. Alrighty, so we're gonna get the key. Take the boost to send us back into this teleporter faster. The half damage really isn't that big a deal. Ooh, boy. Ooh, I got the glitch. You notice my sword kind of looks a funky color? For some reason, when you collect the key and take the damage there, sometimes this will happen. But then as soon as I pick up another chest, it will disappear. So it doesn't really mean anything. Alright. We have our second armor upgrade, which is nice because we're going to be taking probably a couple of intentional damage boosts off of the boss of this crypt, who hits hard. So having this armor upgrade is very nice. Exactly. Okay. There we go. Oops. All right, whatever. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Now, something I didn't mention about that flail weapon that I was talking about before. Another kind of weird quirk about it is that every time you swing it, it costs 10 gold. Now, I don't anticipate using gold for anything else throughout the rest of the run. I don't anticipate that. So, making sure that I have at least some gold to use it, because I use it a few times in the crypt after this one. So, at least having some gold going into it is reassuring. All right, so here's the Kraken. You might recognize this from the beginning cutscene of the game. Where are you going? There we go. Okay, come on back, Boomerang. Thank you. Now, you know, yeah, again, so using the boomerang is a little terrifying every time you see it fly out, because it cannot come back to you, especially if you get damage boosted in a direction you're not expecting. So the Kraken dies, and here's Dad. And he's like, hey, son, I kind of messed up. I was trying to save the world again, and I didn't do so hot. So I need you to kind of pick up where I left off. So take my sword, go forth, be great, and best of luck. But if you don't mind me, I'm just going to take a nap. Alrighty, so now we come into the other side of this temple here, and this guy's like, yo, nice sword. Why don't you just jam it into this rock and see what happens? And so we're like, okay. And look at that, a passage opens up. Indeed, that is a very, very appropriate emote for this situation in Venerable. Oh my god, no, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Okay. So we've talked to our purple robe guy. Now we are off to crypt number 6. Crypt number 6 is a doozy. First of all, it is by far the longest crypt in the speedrun. We're going to be in this crypt for probably a good, 8 minutes. We are also going to need a whole heck of a mess of a lot of bombs. 17 to be exact. Now, where this is problematic is the fact that I can only currently hold a maximum of 16, which means I'm going to need a lot of bomb drops throughout this next crypt. So, pray to whoever will listen that the RNG continues to bless me throughout this not terribly marathon safe run. I shouldn't say it's not marathon safe. It's just things can happen. Imagine things happening in an RPG marathon speedrun. So these orange dragons here are notorious for dropping bombs and have yet to do so. So I'm not nervous. You're nervous. Ooh, okay. Come here. No. All right. Gonna farm that guy real quick in case they dropped wings, but they did not, alas. Block that. Hello. Thank you. Right. Block that. Ooh, I'll take that heart. Health management in this crypt, oh god, is actually slightly important because it is so long, and we are going to most likely take a damage boost or two on the boss of this crypt, and so we don't want to die. And we also don't want to use our potion either, because we're saving that for the end of the game. In fact, we're going to get a second one in here just to be safe. All right, so here we go. Let's start flailing stuff. These cloud enemies. Oh, brilliant. That was fast. Okay. Oh, I just whiffed. Oh, boy. Okay, good. Beautiful. Only took 4 swings for each, and I didn't get hosed by the hourglasses. So the hourglasses that you've seen some enemies drop, what they do is they freeze time for a little bit, like you see here. Where that's problematic when you're fighting the clouds is that if you freeze time while the cloud is not in its smallest form, it will not fully split. Oh, dang it. It will not fully split up until the timer runs out on the hourglass, which is about 20 seconds. So, getting an hourglass when you don't mean to get it can be a big waste of time. What makes it even more problematic is that your flail will collect dropped items. So you're just swinging that thing about, hoping to just whack everything in your path, and you accidentally pick up an hourglass that you don't mean to. So fighting those enemies is actually a pretty delicate proposition. Even if it just made it seem like I was just swinging that thing wildly and just waiting for everything to die. Actually, what I was doing there was pretty calculated, so as to avoid that exact scenario, which we have done. But there's more cloud enemies coming up, so who knows? Alrighty. Okay, oh, nice. I don't need to fight these guys, but I do want a set of wings for later on. So if while I'm waiting and, wow, beautiful, nice. While I'm waiting and walking through and doing all this stuff, I am gonna, oh shoot, God, it's been so long since I picked these up. There we go. Bomb's a shame. 2 in 1 run. Yikes, whatever. We're getting through this. Seeing 7 there in my count was not very reassuring, and we're gonna need, you need the majority of your bombs on the back end of your way through this crypt. So we're just going to make sure we've got everything that we need. All right. Now watch me get like 3 bomb drops in this room. And they're like, what are you worried about? There's 1. Perfect. Alrighty. So we gotta bomb this wall. Because we gotta come in here and pick up the key. And then we wait for this to stop. We bomb down here. And then we go through here. Alrighty. More flailing time. Oh, oh crap. Oh. Okay. I have run out of money. Which is interesting. Shoot. But that's okay. When playing casually, how do you know which walls to bomb? Lots and lots and lots of trial and error. There is no indication, except for like specific places where you talk to a prisoner in a crypt who's like, bomb the wall to the right, and you're like, okay. But throughout the run, now keep this in mind. Several of the walls that I'm bombing, ooh, nice, are not necessarily required to do so. I am just using that because it is the fastest way through the crypt for the path that I am taking. So I needed a bomb to get into here. I need 2 bombs in this room. Yeah, it's crazy, the bombing that we do. All right, so here's our final shield upgrade. We're gonna get our final sword upgrade as soon as this crypt is done, and then we'll get our final shield upgrade in the next like legit crypt. Okay. Yo, Fuso, yeah, thank you very much for the good luck. Oh, but I got the bombs first. Perfect. All right. So we now should be set for the rest of the game. I don't think I'll need another bomb drop. So thank you very much for the bomb RNG video game. You are fantastic. Oh, darn it. Actually looking really good on health. Oh, and he gave me a wing drop anyway. Well, wait. I did get wings, right? Okay. Phew. I was like, if I just cough those up, and I remembered incorrectly about picking up wings. Oh, man. All right. We're good. We are good. All right. So this is a potion that I don't normally pick up when I'm doing run attempts, because you really only need 1 for the final boss, but we're gonna have 2 just in case. All right, needed to kill all them. Why did I pick that up? I'm full on bombs. So we can push that block. All right. Hit these guys with a bunch of boomerangs. All the enemies in the room have to be destroyed before you can open the boss door. Big scary Medusa. We're just going to come here, stand to the left, throw a boomerang at the side of her face, stab her when she gets close, and that's that. Now, the snakes only do like half a heart of damage, but body contact with her does 2 full hearts. So, especially if you're low on damage, or low on life, I should say, you want to abuse that so that she doesn't wreck you. Okay, so we've picked up the Bell of the Sky, and now we've picked up the Sun Flame. The Bell of the Sky is actually a returning item from the first game. It does pretty much the same thing as it did in the first one, but it's not quite as effective. But we will still use it in these final 2 crypts in various spots to save... oh, jeez, come on. To save a decent amount of time throughout. So the young princess that was chained up in the crypt that gave me that flute, we're going to use it right here. What she was also telling us was that she's like, hey, I know where Dearth, who is the final boss of the game, she's like, I know where he's at. He's in his secret lair. Who knew? But in order to get in there, you need to collect the 4 medallions of awesomeness, and that's the first one. That's the yellow one. We'll get a red one, and then a blue one, and then the final one is green. The colors really don't matter. But anyway, the fact that you get all 4 does, because you can't get into the final dungeon without them. So. Oh, come on. All right, so we make our walk back into this town here. We walk into this open door, and this guy's like, you have the legendary sword? You have the Sun Flame? Yo. Give me a minute. Now you have the Sun Sword. This is our final sword upgrade. This, for the most part, because of its rather high damage output, is going to render the boomerang obsolete. So, it's not as important, save for one specific section. Alrighty, so You saw me get the fire staff and the wind staff. This is the thunder staff. Look at it now and enjoy it, because that's the only time you're going to see it. It is just an absolutely horrible weapon. So it will never, ever get used. Yeah, see? Dog, you know. You know. Alrighty. So here we go. I'm going to walk in this specific spot on the screen to take that damage boost right there. Which makes just getting through all of those fly enemies a lot easier. Alright, so this is our third and final bomb upgrade. We don't really need this for the speedrun per se, but we do need it to satisfy the 100% category, which is why I take that slight detour to get it. In an any percent run, I would skip that. Now, that actually is a good point, or a good thing to discuss. The any percent run for this game, as much as this run is reliant on RNG... Oh, oops, I'm already on the fire one. See? See? Look at me, checking my stuff before I just throw things out all willy-nilly. I am learning. Alright, so this is the mad scientist who's like, oh, you need to get into the volcano, huh? Here, take this magic hand. That will grant you access. And we're just like, okay. And there we go. So we use the wings. This, I believe, is our... Yeah, we don't use any more wings after this. Hello. No, don't... I did that again. Unbelievable. Alright. So we use the wings to teleport back here. And now we're off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through two... You can't even really call them crypts. It's basically just going to be a room where you fight some enemies and then the boss. And that's literally it. And these are going to net us our next two medallions. Now, the first boss that we're going to fight is by far the easiest boss to fight in this game. The one after him is by far the most difficult. So, but first we get these jerks. These are probably the worst enemy in the game. They can do what that one at the top is doing, which is fly across the top. I cannot damage him when he's up there. Now, which direction they just... Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Get down here. Thank you. All right. So we're going to turn on our boomerang. We're going to walk in here. Big, scary salamander. Wait for a second for its hitbox to activate. Hit him with the boomerang. Hit him with another one. Okay. Take one boost. Take two. Turn around and stab. And he's dead. Very manipulatable. Very easy to kill. And you kill him, you get all your life back. So all that damage we took doesn't matter. Here's our red medallion. Hooray. Alrighty, so we have cleared the volcano, and now some weird things are going to happen. There's some shaking. We're just going to kind of walk over here to the left, and wouldn't you know it, this little area of land here is going to break away, and we are going to go river surfing. This is going to scoot us on over to this next section here. I'm going to equip the fire wand now so I don't throw the boomerang by accident and do something dumb. Okay, that works too, I guess. Alright, so into this one we go. Save from my exclamations, I will probably go quiet when I'm fighting this boss because I gotta concentrate, but I will explain when I am done. No! Oh, phew. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Ooh. Oh, I got them both. Beautiful. Oh, come here. Get it. Oh, no. Ah, I blew it. That stinks. No. Okay. All right, I can kind of relax now. So this is Zorbon. Zorbon sucks. So what Zorbon does is it will either jump and then shoot, or it will kind of slide around the room. While it is jumping and shooting, it is completely invulnerable. I cannot do anything to it. Once it starts sliding around like this, then, oh, no. There we go. Okay, then you can split it up. Now, once it's split, then you can just use your sword to kill these enemies. Now, when it decides to start sliding, completely random. But when it decides to stop sliding is actually under our control. If you are either directly above or below it, doesn't matter how close you are, but if you're directly above or below it, or if you're directly to either of its sides, it will immediately stop scooting around and will start jumping again. And when it decides to start scooting around again, who knows? So that's why you saw me intentionally throwing the boomerang only diagonally, because that saves me from having to walk into those zones where it will stop scooting and allow me to split it up to the point where I can kill it. Now, if you get into the situation where I did, where I kind of had like mid-split, but then it started to jump around again, you get like 3 or potentially all 4 of those medium-sized Zorbons just jumping around, shooting everywhere, and it is a nightmare. So that actually was fairly close to the worst-case scenario, but we handled it with the utmost poise. Alrighty, this is crypt number 7. This crypt is where we're going to start using that bell that I obtained. And I will demonstrate what it does in a few rooms here, just to make life a whole lot easier. There we go. By the entire rhythm genre. Nice. Alrighty, let me just lay a bomb here. This is another place where it's nice to... So, that Zorbon fight is notorious for costing you your boomerang. And we really only use the boomerang in 2 more places. This is one of them. To kill all of these knights here that we can't reach with our sword. So that we can get through. But we can reach it with the boomerang. Oh, come on. Alright, so we take a little detour here, wait for this hidden dagger block. That's a sneaky one. Come on out. Alright, so now we have the strongest armor. We got the strongest shield. We've got the strongest sword. We are complete as far as our gear goes. Now, not only are we doing this for the 100% run, but you need to do this for the any percent run as well. Because if you do not have all of that strongest gear, you cannot get into the final floor of the final crypt where the final boss is ready for its final confrontation. Okay, so I just used the bell there to force those doors open. Normally, I would need to push a block in order to do that after killing all those enemies. However, the bell overrides that. And now we've got this guy doing these things. Okay, good. Thank you for coming down, and you're dead. All right. So, in this room here, see that block in the upper left-hand corner? I would normally need to push that to open the door. Nope. We're just going to ring the bell, and open it goes. Saving us some time. Don't even need those bomb drops. That's always such a great feeling to see bomb drops and be like, I'm good. Instead of like, oh my god, holy bomb drop. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. Okay. I don't like how this is going. I want to have as much life as possible going into the boss fight here because I'm going to be taking a boatload of damage from him. Damage boosting is just the way of the walk when it comes to fighting the boss of this crypt, which is actually going to be coming up pretty soon. Money, whatever. We're going to bomb this open. We're going to grab our key. We're going to ignore that block at the bottom of the room and just ring the bell and walk up instead. Okay. Come on, show me one heart. Let me just be full on life going in there. Come on. Come on. Dang it. All right, that's fine. All right, so this is Sorfloyd. Sorfloyd is going to move like this throughout the room totally randomly, and then on a time cycle, it's going to open up there, at which point we can do damage to it. Now, while we're taking damage, that's a fantastic time to get inside of its hitbox and hit it with the sword, too. But the boomerang gives us that nice little social distancing aspect. Okay, that should be enough, and there it is. Okay, good. Yeah, pretty much. That's all the bell does. You actually use it like right after you get it in order to get out of the crypt where you obtain it, and then get that final item, that sun flare that we use to help forge this very powerful sword. Okay, so we now have all 4 medallions. We can now make our way directly to the final crypt where the evil Dearth resides. We will confront him and we will destroy him. But before we do, we make a real quick pit stop here to burn a cactus, talk to this dude, and he is going to give us our final life upgrade. And with that, we have satisfied the condition for the 100% category. All we need to do now is beat the game. Step right here. We affix the blue medallion there, the red medallion there, the yellow medallion there, and you guessed it, the green medallion goes right there. Things start happening. Look at that. Into the final crypt we go. Okay. This is a very awkward layout of room to fight these enemies in. I don't terribly appreciate it. Oh, no, don't disappear. Oh, good, I got him. All right, sure. Ah, dang it. All right, so this introduces these kind of block enemies. They take a ton of hits, and they can just wander around and waste a bunch of time, so dealing with them properly is important. All right, this room and the one after it really sucks because I can't reach these enemies with my sword. So instead, I have to rely on other means which are slower. That room actually went very fast. I'm going to push that just for good luck. And also to open the door. Grimora, what's up, my friend? Thank you for the sub. On behalf of RPG Limit Break. Oh, come on. Get over here. Get over here. Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. You're dead. 1. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Nah, never mind. I'm just going to roast you. Roasted mushroom. Oops. Push that. Push that. Push that. And we're good. Okay. This is going to be our last instance of using the flail on these cloud enemies here. Ooh, baby. And we're full on health, too. That is a beautiful thing. All right. hoping to see if that was a bug homie. No. No bug homies. That's okay. Oh, whoops. Hello. Whatever. Okay. Alright. So these are flying squirrels. They look really cute. These enemies are absolutely awful. They fly in random directions. Their hitboxes are very tough to pick up. Hello? And now there is another room where we will be dealing with them, but we have an... Oh my god, really? I got hit by that? We have a plan. And I will demonstrate what that plan is when I get to it. Go. There we go. Alright. Alright. I'll just go ahead and take that boost. It's not a big deal. Use the bell. Make that easier. Now, fortunately, I don't need to fight these guys. I can just bomb my way through here, and we're good. However, we are going to fight them in the next room. Or so you might think. Boom! They're gone. That's the power of that magic ring that I got like in Crypt, what, 2? I've been saving it for the whole time, specifically for that room. Because you saw those spikes coming in and out. You got these 4 things flying all over the place. Part of the room is pinched off. That room is an absolute nightmare to deal with if you don't have a ring. So we pick it up, save it throughout the entire run just for that so we don't take a bunch of damage and waste a bunch of time. There's your ring in action. You know what, Grimora? No, the squirrels had it coming to them. They pledged themselves to the evilness of Dearth. And so this is their judgment. Kill the oh, this is definitely a kill the animals run. Alrighty. Oops, no. Oh, I lied. There's one more. Oh, yeah. They are jerk squirrels. Squircles. Oh, no. I've already done the cloud room. Never mind. I didn't need to do that. Okay. So actually we're only 1 floor away from the final floor of this crypt. We've already gotten our key. We are good to go. Okay, thank you for not doing the second boost. Get on that teleporter. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. Make those spikes go away. So here we go. Now we're on the final. So this guy says, hey, do you have all 3 of the things that you need to confront Dearth? Okay, you may pass. Because if you didn't, this door would be closed, and it would remain closed until you got all 3 of those upgrades that I was talking about. Oh, we have bug, homie. Hell yes. That is going to make this room a lot faster. Because normally those bugs take a bunch of damage, and they roll around, and they're just a pain. But instead, we get a ring right there, use it immediately, and save ourselves a good amount of time. Ooh, nice. Got the double there. All right. All right, so here is our final boss. These potions that we've collected, it was all for this moment. All right. Oops, hello. So what Dearth has done is he has stolen our 3 staffs, the fire, wind, and thunder staffs, and he will now be using them against us, despite the fact that he's carrying that big sword. He just ignores it. It's only staffs for him. So time is going to be on the final hit of the boss, and I will be sure to call that out as soon as I realize that it's happened. So, of the 3 attacks, we want to see as much lightning as possible for a couple reasons. first of all, depending on where you're standing, can actually be pretty easy to dodge. Second of all, for some reason, when he uses lightning, he reappears a lot faster than he does with the other ones. The last one that we want to see is the wind, because it always pushes you back and it's just a pain. We're actually getting pretty close here. I'm going to go ahead and use it. That's time. All right. Oh, I can watch it back here. So it looks like a 1:14:25 was the final time. Alrighty. So Dearth gets piled up under a bunch of rocks. The 4 stones come together and they bring us Dad. They say, hey, you know what, son? Great job. For your reward, you shall be infused with my spirit. And so we're like, okay, we're out of here. And that's that. So now he goes around and talks to all the people that we were talking to throughout the game, and he kind of gloats, like, yeah, I saved Neutopia again. I have the spirit of Dad. Check me out. I am awesome. Yo, thank you everyone very much for the GGs. I see Buso, yeah. High Spirits, Goose Como, Foofer Moofer, Corentam, Birthday 365, Hyperstrike, Dog Developer, Gramora, Invenerable. Thank you all so much. Speaking of checking things out, if you enjoyed what I was doing here with this run, if you enjoyed my commentary and what I was doing, or maybe a combination of those things, please do give me a follow. I would greatly appreciate that. I do runs like this all the time on my channel. This is kind of my jam, these kind of top-down adventure RPG style games. So certainly if you enjoyed this, then my channel will be one that you would enjoy as well. So, but now that this is complete, so is our marathon. This was the final run of this marathon here. So, I will hand it on over in just a second. But first, I'd like to thank all of the wonderful folks at RPG Limit Break for allowing us to put on this event. I'd like to thank the coordinators of this event, specifically Ghost Kumo, who was the one that was doing a lot of the work with me here. I know there are plenty of others behind the scenes. Thank you all as well. And yeah, we are all, I believe that is going to do it. So I will hand it on over to Ghost Kumo, allow him to do his thing, and I think I will go ahead and sign off here, unless I am told otherwise. So again, thank you everyone for watching this run, as well as this neat little marathon here. I was actually really excited to be selected for this, because I've seen it before and have enjoyed it greatly. So cool to be a part of it. So all right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. My name is Vonnie Von. I've been entertaining you for the last hour and a half. Hope to see you all around again very soon. And until next time, take care, folks.